Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Sarah. This is No BS Beauty. With me is Ike, who is in the bathroom again. He's trained me so good. He's trained me, like, oh, I want to wash my hands. You know what? I'll just go to the kitchen. I want to brush my teeth. I'll just go to the kitchen. I want to wash my face. I'll just go to the kitchen. It's easier than moving Ike. So anyway, okay, so for today's video, I thought I'd talk about my favorite azelaic acid products. Azelaic acid is such a wonderful ingredient, and I would say the very first product I ever tried that used azelaic acid, used an azelaic acid derivative, and it was this, Geek and Gorgeous A-Pad. Wonderful. If you haven't tried azelaic acid, this is a really nice product to start with. Azelaic acid is great for acne-prone skin, rosacea-prone skin, redness-prone skin, hyperpigmentation. It's a wonderful ingredient. It's almost one of those miracle ingredients that really does everything. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of ingredients that really touch on everything. Retinol is probably one of them. Maybe glycolic acid, vitamin C. But azelaic acid is wonderful. And it's also kind of unique in the fact that it tends to play well with other skincare ingredients and products. Whereas like with, say, glycolic acid, you don't want to use vitamin C and glycolic acid together. You don't want to use glycolic acid and retinol together. You don't want to use retinol, and you know what I mean? So azelaic acid, in general, after your skin is acclimated to it, you can use it with a lot of other different products and active ingredients. If you're using it for the first time, don't start out combining it with other acids and things like that. Just start out using it. But after you get adjusted and your skin is acclimated to it, then you can start even moving up in strength in azelaic acid, or sometimes I'll use azelaic acid and layer it and be able to use my retinol in the same routine and things like that. So it's kind of a unique ingredient in that way, and it's just wonderful for so many different issues. Acne, rosacea, brightening up skin was really what I noticed it did a great job of. So I've got some favorites. They're all over the price range. So I've got some that are really affordable. There's a couple that are a little bit more pricey, and everything in between. So I'm going to start with the Azclear, which is wonderful. If you're in Australia, you can get this pretty easily. I think it's Chemist Warehouse, I want to say. So this is just a basic, simple cream with 20% azelaic acid. And yeah, so they say antibacterial lotion for acne, blackheads, rosacea. Really nice product. I've got, this is just one I love. And it's just simple, that's it. Simple formula, you know what I mean? So that's really nice. Next up is the Theramid Azid, which is 15% azelaic acid. Typically, if you're in the U.S., you'll notice 10%. And I've got an interesting product coming up I'll talk about. 10% is what the U.S. Says can be used over the counter. If you're in other countries, you'll see 15, 20%, which is why the one from Australia has got 20% because they allow it. This one's made in, I think, Spain, and this one's got 15% because they allow it. But anything typically that's sold and made to be sold, specifically in the U.S., will be 10%. And typically 10% is great. So, but you know what, if you get acclimated to 10%, then sometimes it's nicer to move up a little bit and notice a little bit more benefit. So this one's really nice. Okay, so the interesting one is, I was just asked about this, I want to say yesterday, if I've tried this, but they mentioned 15. So the one I got, 10%, and I think I bought it from a US-based website. So that makes sense. So apparently there's also a 15%. This one's got 10%. But this one's really nice. I've had a chance to use it a couple times, but it also has squalane, and it's got a lot of centella derivatives in there, which are great for collagen production and deep down in skin. It's got madecassoside, azelaic acid, madecassic acid, centella, zinc PCA. It's got all of those in a really simple formula. So this one's really nice, super lightweight. And I'm just having a chance to play with it now, so I don't quite have my review of it done because I'm just starting out with it. But so I think the 15% will be probably similar, except just 5% more azelaic acid and a little bit less of everything else. But it's super nice. So super lightweight. So let me give you a little dropper. You can kind of see the texture of it. There we go. It's super light. It's almost like toner light, Some of those serums can be kind of hard to use when they're super lightweight, but it's nice. So worth checking out. Okay, next up is the Peach Slices Redness Relief Azelaic Acid. This one's really nice if you have skin that's prone to be red or pink, rosacea, or acne. This one's really nice. Simple formula. It does have gardenia florida extract, which is technically a fragrance ingredient, but it has no scent to it. And this one's really affordable. I think it's 19 bucks. and nice lotiony texture to it. Let's see. And this is my, I think, 3rd tube of it, so I've been enjoying it. And 10% azelaic acid. So just super nice, lightweight. Use it in your evening routine. It works really well. They also have a color correcting product from this line, which I really liked too. Okay, next up, the Inkey List, 10% azelaic acid. This is more of a cream. They call it a serum, but it's more of a cream. Yeah, you can kind of see. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a creamy, lotiony texture to it, but it's got 10% azelaic acid. Pretty simple formula, pretty affordable. These earrings are fun, but they keep getting stuck. I don't know if I have the patience to wear them all day. You know what I mean? Anyway, so this one's really nice. You can use it in your evening routine. Typically, I use azelaic acid in my evening routine. It just seems to work best there. And then in my morning routine, I can focus on vitamin C and antioxidants, and then focus on everything else in my nighttime routine. So this stuff's really nice. This brand, Kisocare, is a newer, I think it's I think it's made in Japan. Hang on, let me look. Because I'm going to be there soon, I should know. Well, now I don't understand where. Made in Japan. So I'm going to have to check this brand out when I'm there. Or maybe this is just a brand that, you know what, some of those K-beauty and Asian beauty brands, they really just focus on the US-based customer, and a lot of them focus on Asia, but that's also why I'm curious to go there and see, like, how much of the stuff that I see here in the US really gets sold overseas. We'll find out. But yeah, so this one's really nice. 20% azelaic acid, really affordable, tiny packaging. When I travel, I'm gonna have to pick one of these to bring with me, and this will probably be it, just because the packaging is so tight and it's a squeeze tube instead of a glass. You don't have to worry about getting broken. Okay, next up is the Q&A azelaic acid serum, which is also pretty affordable. I think this is 10% azelaic acid. It's also got aloe in there, betaine, zinc, PCA. So this one is really focused more on acne-prone skin, which is nice. So this one's worth checking out. Really nice. Let me give you a little, there you go. So it's got kind of a creamy serum texture to it, which is super nice and light. And this brand is really nice and affordable. No fragrance in it. Good stuff. Really nice. I think it's made in England. Does it say made in England? There we go. Okay, next up. So I've got one that I like, and I've got a dupe for it. So the Drunk Elephant Bouncy Brightfacial Mask, which was azelaic acid, 10%, 1% salicylic acid. Well, another brand came out with something virtually identical to it. It has a little bit more of a chemical smell. There's no fragrance in either of them. But this one would be the dupe. It's Sienna Rose, and they have some Drunk Elephant knockoffs, 4 of them so far. But this one is made in China, so that's why it's more affordable. It smells a little bit more like chemicals, but the formula are very similar in both of these. This one runs upwards of, I want to say, 64 bucks. I could be wrong. I'll link to them all below. And this one's like $9.99. So you save some money there. Although the chemical scent is kind of noticeable, but not terrible. Okay, next up, Nineless. They have an azelaic acid toner and an azelaic acid serum. So the serum's at 10%. What is the, they don't really say in the toner. 5,000 part per million, tea tree extract, AHA, niacinamide, salicylic acid, and snail mucin. This one's got the azelaic acid, 10%. The snail mucin, I think it also has a tea tree. It has an herbal scent, so keep that in mind if you don't like any fragrance at all. The herbal scent to me is not offensive, but certain fragrances can be really strong and noticeable. I don't notice it in these two, and they're really nice products, and you can get them. Yes Style sells them. I think Amazon, so I'll link to them below, but these are both really nice from that brand. Okay, so Regimen Lab recently launched an azelaic acid serum in addition to their lineup. They have a nice, effective, small lineup. Moisturizer, a serum, a vitamin C serum, vitamin X serum is what they call it. Nice cleanser. They added this to their lineup, and it's really wonderful. It's got kind of a more of a little bit of a hydrating texture to it. Let's see. There you go. So you can kind of see it's got kind of like an oilier kind of like an oil water type texture to it. So it feels a little bit on the hydrating side. So if you have super dry skin, this one might be worth checking out. So it's really nice, and glass bottle in this one feels really nice and solid. 1 ounce. Good product. I think this is 10% azelaic acid. They don't mention on here, but I'm virtually certain that's where we're at with that one. And then, let's see, Touch Brighten Clear Cream. This one uses a lot of brightening ingredients, azelaic acid, niacinamide, tranexamic acid, kojic acid. aloe. It's nice. It's very affordable. I'll try and find a link. Last time I wasn't super successful finding a link to it. I'm going to try again. So, but it's really nice. It's large. It's 2 ounces, and it's just a nice cream texture. And then 2 of the little bit more pricey ones. So the Lion Pose Unspotted and the Pharmacy Brighten Up Tranexamic Acid toner. So these are on the more expensive side. The Lion Pose one is a little bit pricey. This one is geared more towards people with hyperpigmentation issues because it contains other acids in here to help exfoliate and kind of help with rejuvenating fresh new skin. So this one's definitely geared towards people with hyperpigmentation, melasma, dark spots. It does a great job. And the Pharmacy toner, also same concept. It's also for brightening up skin. But some of these are great for soothing. I would say for soothing or rosacea prone skin. The Anua is great because of the centella derivatives in here. The Theramid one is great. For more acne prone skin, I would probably go with something like this one or the Inkey list. Or the Q&A. These are kind of more the acne-prone friendly ones. And then the hyperpigmentation friendly ones would probably be these 3 guys. So you have nice options all the way around for whichever issue you want to treat. And rosacea is its own kind of thing. It's they think it's like some type of mite, like a dust mite almost, but like a skin mite is kind of what they call them. And they think that the azelaic acid kills them and helps get rid of them, and that's why it helps with rosacea. So it's kind of interesting because azelaic acid kind of sinks down into your skin, into your pores and things like that, which also is why it makes it so effective for acne. So anyway, so these are some of my picks. Curious if you've tried any of these or if you have any other picks. Obviously, Paula's Choice, The Ordinary, both have great azelaic acid serums as well. A lot of people love those. These are my picks, though. So at one point, I really liked the Paula's Choice, but they're getting so expensive. So some of these are much more affordable, which is nice. So, okay. Anyway, thanks so much. See you guys more tomorrow. Bye, guys.